Hello there, world of tankers. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Droodles Blitz, and in today's video, we'll be playing in the Tier 9 Collector Swedish Heavy, the Bofors Tornvon. This is the dumbest tank in the game. I don't know what Wargaming was thinking. Yo guys, let's take a Concept 1B, make it better, an auto-reloader, and make it Tier 9. This is quite possibly the dumbest thing ever. So today we're going to be playing in the Tornvon, showcasing its capabilities and what allows this thing to be so incredibly dumb. As always, if you enjoy content like this and you want to see more in the future, make sure to smash that subscribe button down below. As I said, the best way to describe this thing is like a Kron and a Concept 1B had a baby. That's what this tank is. But it literally has the advantages of both tanks. It's fast. It can achieve a top speed over 40 kilometers per hour. It has 10 degrees of gun depression. It has pretty strong hull armor and an even better turret. I would argue that the turret on this tank is even more reliable than the Kron's because it doesn't have a hatch on the top. But that doesn't even mean anything until you realize it has a 3-shell 410 alpha auto reloader, which actually gains DPM when dumping the clip. So yeah, everything about this tank is pretty good. So up against us, we have an M6 Yo, a T95E6, and an M5 Yo. Okay, so they got pretty dangerous vehicles. The Yos are by far the most dangerous there. I'm going to start by aiming in on the Yo, and that was pretty lucky, I won't lie. Nice, easy shot, but we just lost a lot of health to 113G. That's really unfun, but oh well, that is what tank destroyers do best. Alright, well, we're just gonna chill here for now, and we'll see if that WZ pokes again. I'm just gonna keep waiting. I mean, we're an auto-reloader, so we always have shells, while the WZ doesn't. There's one shell into that player's lower plate. We have the E6, which, not really sure what he's doing, but this is a bad position to be stuck in. I think that's the easiest way to put it. Alright, we're gonna chill right here, and we'll see what we can do. This spot is pretty safe for now. The Yo is going to struggle to hit me, and we'll see. I have the Tiger Mouse, I have the Yo, who we're going to push up now against, and we have the E6, who is just going to YOLO. Of course he is. Good job, E6. Truly amazing gameplay there. Now we're going to be tunneled by you. Isn't this fun? Wow. That was really fun. Let's just all go out of our way to YOLO Droodles, I guess, right? I mean, let's throw our game away in the E6, let's throw our game away in the Yo, and all do that for nothing. I mean, we're gonna win. We have a full health E5. I don't even know what he's been doing, but he's there. And our Tiger Mouse is still pretty healthy because instead of these players focusing, you know, the Tiger Mouse or anything, they just YOLO'd me. So I guess they really hated the Tornvon, but I'll take a win. As I always tell you guys, the most important thing for me in Blitz is a victory. So I can't really get all too mad. And I think we played it right. I just unfortunately got put into a situation where I wasn't able to deal with that. But I think that our Tiger Mouse should still be able to deal with this guy. And there you go. We do have our victory. So I can't really get all too mad. I legitimately believe that the E6, the M5 Yo, who went out of their way to try and YOLO me, threw the game for their team. They might have actually had a decent chance of winning, but hey, I'll take it. Got a victory, and I didn't even do that half bad, still placing third on the team. Great job from that E6. What a skilled player. This is a general rule of thumb to anybody, but try not to YOLO a heavy that has, like, 3 tanks supporting him. And, like, obviously, once I dumped my clip, I knew I was dead. I didn't have any ability to deal with an M5 Yo and the E6, but still don't understand the thought process of that play. So here we are, game number 2, and now we are on Middleburg. We have 2 E50Ms, they have 2 bat chats, so sucks for them, I guess. We're going to start by making our way up the hill, and we'll see how this goes. But, yeah, so far, not too bad, I guess, right? I mean, the thing is, just because a tank is OP doesn't mean you're always going to have an incredible game, and that's one thing that a lot of people always forget. I'm sure there's people that were, like, probably watching that previous game, and they're like, well, Turtles, you didn't do all that great, so therefore, clearly, it's not that OP of a vehicle, but that's not really the case. I mean, I obviously got rushed, and there wasn't much I could have done about that. So, we are going to activate our speed boost, and because they have 2 bat chats, I'm going to take the safe route up, because sometimes light tanks like going to that little corner there and then poking, but now that we can see the light tanks, I'll be playing a bit more aggressive and climbing over the hill. The fastest way to get up this hill is the route that I'm taking here. It's just a bit dangerous because if the enemy team decides to push on that out corner, they can nuke you in the crossing, which isn't ideal. So that's the only thing you got to be careful there. But we're going to keep moving up. This tank may not be the fastest, but still fast enough to get in the position. So, okay, well, we're not going to get any damage into you. Are we going to get any damage into the enemy CS? Ooh, 66. Give it up for number 66. This is why driving heavies can sometimes be very underwhelming, because you're basically just watching your teammates farm the entire hit point pool of the enemy team while you don't do anything. Can't spot that guy. I know for a fact I'm detected, and there you go. Nice 450 into the bat chat. The enemy bat chat shooting me, I literally don't care. You're not going to do anything to me. Let's aim it on the back of the mouse. There you go, 362. The Yagpans are just fired, so we're going to aim it on his lower plate. Boom. As I mentioned, you gain DPM when dumping the clip in this thing, so there's no reason for me to keep my shells, but man, holy steamrolls, bro. These games have been, well, pretty quick. That's the only way I can describe it. We will potentially deal over 2,000 damage, though, so I guess that's not too bad, right? We got 3 more seconds left on this shot. 3, 2, 1. There you go. Nice 398. I'm going to ignore the mouse for now, and we'll see. Looks like this 183 might try and tunnel me. I'm not really sure, but the 183 missed, so guess it doesn't matter too much. We're going to go for the mouse. There you go. 352, and we did okay. 2,400 damage. I mean, these games have just been complete nothing burgers of battles. I'm not even at 8 minutes on the recording, and that's with the fact that I'm also going to be cutting out that first game, a lot of it. So we're actually going to do a third battle here. What happened to the games where I can literally just chill, haul down, and get my you know, capabilities? But obviously when you have 2 platooning E50Ms that YOLO, and the enemy team gets 2 bat chats, it's not really fair. You know, I've talked about this in the past, but the matchmaker's horrible. 2 light tanks versus 2 E50Ms in 0 worlds is a fair battle. Like, it's just not. Those bat chats stood 0 chance to get against rushing E50Ms, especially on that map. I stood 0 chance because I couldn't even get into position. But it looks like we finally have no platoons, and we might actually be able to do something. I also find it funny how we have only tier 10 matches all 3 of these games. It does make me feel like certain vehicles have, you know, matchmaking that places you against higher tier tanks. But I could be wrong. Either way, we are going to make our way to the hull downhill in front of us, and we'll see how this goes. This E3, I need to get around him because he's poking in a not so favorable position. We want to get here. We're going to aim it on the side of the 60. There you go, 440 damage, and there's another 470 damage, and there is another 359. Just like that, we took 1,274 hit points off of that player. Such a good example of why, again, the Tornvon is so silly. I mean, there's not many tanks that can really get away with what I'm doing here. There you go, 477 into the Super Conch. Just in this game alone, we've already dealt almost more damage than the previous 2 games. It really shows the difference between a game where you're actually able to use your vehicle hull down, and a game where you're not really able to do anything. But, there you go. Nice shot into the WZ, we're up to 2,200 now. But our team's doing pretty bad. Our 57 Heavy is dead, and I don't have any support, so at this point I need to get out of here. My Murat over-aggressed like crazy, and my teammates and tank destroyers aren't really supporting. They're over here for some reason, so yeah, I'm gonna fall back. I am no fool, I'll tell you that. Alright, let's see. We got the 752 who I do hatch. There you go, nice shot, and our 183 is gonna kill himself. Let's drive our 183 into the complete open. That'll go well for us. Truly a genius. Alright, well, there you go. Got the shell into the enemy 60 TP. That puts us up to 2,800 damage, and I'm shocked that our 183 hasn't gotten absolutely bled yet. There you go. He does get hit. Yeah, this is what I expected from my 183. Good job, dude. Truly a skilled play. I mean, he did give me a hull down position to work. I need to reload just a teeny bit longer, but there you go. We do have a little hull down spot I can now work here against the 752 if they decide to poke. Guess we'll find out. Not seeing much so far. That player got bled pretty heavily, and the 752 is not too much of a threat. There we go. Nice shot into you. Here's the thing, 752. Oh, okay. What I was going to say, though, is it doesn't even matter if you shoot me, because my gun is just better than yours. I'm just going to wait for my shell here. Hovery's obviously going to do whatever he's going to do anyway. So I'm just going to dump my shell, and then we're going to aim it on the enemy minnow. Oh, that was pretty bad there. Alright, let's try one more time. I thought about firing HE, but just going to fire a standard to guarantee the pen. The minnow gets one shell into that player. Not sure why the super conch is tunneling me. That's a very interesting decision. Let's aim it on that minnow. Man, that minnow really does not like me. There you go. I'm shocked that that hit, but it did. That puts us up to 4,000 damage now. As we can see, when you actually get a game where you're not in a 5-second YOLO, you can actually do really good in this tank. And as I said, the Tornvon is an incredibly OP vehicle. Hull down, you're literally never going to pen the thing. Just, unfortunately, the previous 2 games we had, our teammates had no clue what they were doing, and neither did the enemy team, apparently. But there you go. 3 kills, 4,200, so I'm not going to complain. That's a good battle to end the gameplay off on. This thing is absolutely wild, and if you don't believe me, just look at the gun mark value. It has the highest gun mark value in Tier 9 at 250. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So, hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.